Hello, hello, hello. Antphrodite here, your pop culture psychic. So, this is a very highly requested reading. We are doing a reading on Logan Paul. So, a lot of people have been asking me to do another reading on him. They keep asking me, is he really changing? Because apparently he is on this like self-discovery phase, self-reflection phase, and people are starting to notice that he is allegedly changing, so for the better. Now, he fascinates me. He's definitely someone I would love to like get a glimpse of or meet in person, because I want to know for myself. There were a lot of allegations of him being a sociopath, right, for all the drama that he's been in and stuff like that. I'm not going to go through it again because you already know what that is, right? But I want to know if he really was, like, if he really does have, like, some sort of, like, I don't know, sociopathic tendencies, or was he just caught up in fame? So that's something that I've always wondered. Sociopaths are pretty easy to spot for me. It's a very hollow, shallow energy that's like nothing. You feel nothing with a sociopath when you're an empath. And so sometimes you feel like cold. Like it usually feels very cold, or like a pit in your stomach. So it would be really easy to see for that in terms of my own energy. But I am going to do a reading on to see if he's changing. I know he's got like a boxing match coming up soon. If that comes up, it comes up. But to be honest with you, I don't think many of us really care that much. I think most of us are just here like, is he really changing? Is he really getting it? Like, does he really understand like what's headed in his future? Like, where is he headed? Like, what's in his head? Like, what's going on? He's never really been on my radar until recently. It's kind of funny because I did a reading on him, and I think my last video was like, I did a reading on him, and I forget what. Oh, it was when he said that he was going to go gay for a month or something, and then I did a reading on it. And I'm going to be honest with you, I wasn't really checking for Logan. I don't really care or know anything about him, and I was like, it looks like he might be a little bit suspect. Like, I saw some, some curiosity, okay? And that's in my other reading. And then it's weird because recently, like, people have been saying, like, oh, I think he's changing. And I have been noticing he looks more alluring. He looks more attractive. He looks more, like brighter. Like, usually when you look brighter and you feel better and you look better, and it's like I've started to notice like a glow up almost, and I'm like, what is this? Is this real? Is this authentic? So I actually want to see for myself what exactly is going on, and let's just dive right in. So without further ado, this is all alleged for entertainment purposes only. Logan Paul, you're up for psychic review. Well, he's definitely not happy with his content. I can tell you that right off the bat. He's not happy with where his content was or is. The Two of Pentacles is an unequal exchange. So it's like the exchange that I'm having with my audience and the content I'm producing is old me, for sure. That's like, I'm not really happy. It's like going through the motion. It's like I do this because it's my job, not because I'm really passionate about what I do. The Page of Cups is also reversed, which is a problem for me. This is like I'm not really feeling invested or attached into what I do. Again, I'm feeling kind of like, like this is burnout. Page of Pentacles, I don't really have much expectations. So this is your typical standard read for an influencer who's not specifically enjoying or wasn't enjoying the content that they were doing. This is also very typical of people who have been burnt out, and also people who have a little bit of like controversy and stuff like that, because typically it's like they weren't really doing what they loved. My other issue with this is like he doesn't really have expectations in terms of his content, and that worries me because that's a chip on his shoulder. So what I mean by that, let me rephrase that. It's not that he doesn't have expectations for himself, but it's he's numb to public opinion. And so this kind of, I don't mean to make this a sad reading, but I'm going to be honest with you, immediately going into his energy, I feel sad because this kind of depresses me. Like, he's kind of just like, well, whatever, no one's gonna like anything I do anyways. Like, that kind of makes me sad, and I understand you reap what you sow, but hello, I'm an empath. And the Page of Pentacles reverse, it's like, yeah, nobody really has expectations for me. Nobody really gives a crap. Like, nobody cares. Like, that's what that is. Like, whatever. Like, I'll do whatever I want because who cares at this point? Like, I'm gonna keep pulling, because I'm worried that he's masking his feelings. It's almost like I'm psychic or something. The Five of Swords is reversed. So these are like issues with details and petty little things. So I mean, he's an Aries, so I don't expect him to be good with details all the time. But what I will say about this card, with the Five of Swords being reversed, is that he notices everything. So this kind of worries me, because if he notices every little thing around him that's going on, he might not be great with all like this very minute details and stuff, but he notices things. And the Four of Swords is also reversed. The Four of Swords, that's a problem with healing, an issue with healing. That's like a block with healing. I'm worried about him not forgetting certain things. Like, that's like keeping certain things close to my chest and not forgetting and being unable to heal or move forward. So these are issues from his past before he was in content creation, and even during content creation. Like, he's a little bit stuck emotionally. It's like being a little bit emotionally stunted here. The Nine of Cups is upright. He has a fantastic ability to manifest. This dude can manifest anything. Fantastic manifestation abilities. Like, he asks, believes, receives instantly. Okay, that's probably why he gets in the position that he's in, because like he has this utmost confidence, right? Like this confidence is just incredible that manifests things to him. So like, again, that's why we see the Ace of Pentacles reversed. It's like, because like he figured like, oh, I was getting success, I was getting everything, money, status, whatever, I'm doing the right thing. You know, money was his reward, status was his reward. He figured, if I'm getting a reward, I'm doing the right thing. Obviously learned that the hard way. My issue, though, with the Ace of Pentacles is, like, he's trusting some people that he should not be trusting. I mean, this Seven of Pentacles is upright. This is like a comfort or like a safety net. And this Three of Cups is people he should not be trusting. They are draining him of funds and money, and time and resources. Like, these are bad apples. And I think he kind of connected to a lot of bad seeds that have grown into bad apples because he was in that position himself when he went through his controversy. And you're going to start to see him really need to kind of weed out the bad apples and the bad seeds. I think this is going to take a long time, but he needs to pay attention, because this Three of Cups says that there are people around him that do not have his best interest at heart, and he knows it and he allows it. So the Three of Pentacles is like job, right? And then we see the Knight of Pentacles, consistency, and then the Six of Swords is the internet reversed. Go behind the scenes. Get away from the camera. He needs to get away from the camera. He needs to get away from the camera. I know he likes the spotlight, whatever, but he needs to get away from the camera. He needs to get behind the scenes. The consistency that he's having in terms of his career is not correct. Like, he needs less in front of the camera and more behind the scenes. 100%. Like, he needs something where he's not going to be dealing with all of the opinions. Even if he is in front of the camera, it has to be something that's like understood and sold to us and packaged to us properly, because like he needs to, like, Six of Swords is not a good card to pull for what he's doing right now. Like, he needs to go behind the scenes and enjoy more of the creative process of stuff. Like, he needs to be behind. Like, this is behind the scenes. Queen of Swords is upright. Queen of Swords is like, I'm really smart, I'm really intelligent, you know, I have great ideas, and I seize those opportunities, I seize those ideas. Sometimes the ideas that he has are not good for him, and he still does them anyways. He needs to be able to produce an idea, or maybe even be a producer, and then give it to another person. The Four of Pentacles is upright, which is like greedy and selfish. I hold it all for myself. All the cards are myself. And then the Ten of Wands is like, it's a burden. Like, I'm going to keep this. I'm going to save this. This guy must have like a ton of ideas in his back pocket. He probably writes down like 1 million ideas and saves them for a rainy day. He needs to start selling these or producing other people's stuff. Like, he should make a production company if he hasn't already. Like, he needs to have stuff that he can give to other people. This guy is like a creative genius behind the scenes, okay? And I don't think anybody knows this about him, and I don't think people understand this or give him credit for this. And I think that's his mistake, is he's pretty much made a character of himself that's not who he is, and then he's kind of like screwed himself there, and now nobody will take him serious with his ideas, but his ideas are actually fruitful. So he should do it under a pseudonym, or at least have somebody backing him that has a reputation that can kind of get this out there. But he needs to be behind. I see behind the scenes. It doesn't mean that he can't have a public persona. What it means is that he needs to make sure he's funneling his creative energy into things behind the scenes, and then having a small portion of it in front of the scenes. The Six of Pentacles is upright, the Queen of Wands is upright, and the Hangman is reversed. Oh no. Well, this is love. So for him, when it comes to chasing love, he has this idea, right? Of like, what he wants out of a relationship and what he thinks he wants out of a relationship. But it's just not reality. The Six of Pentacles is upright, which is like reliability, accountability. But then I see a Queen of Wands in the Hangman reverse, which means the person that's going to be for him, these are two issues. The first issue is that the person that's going to be for him is never going to want to settle down. His soulmate, his next soulmate, like the prominent one, or at least the one that I'm seeing here, maybe it's the one after, I can't particularly tell when, but this soulmate is not someone that wants to settle down. Like, so if he wants like a house and kids, sure, maybe that's possible, but that's not the type of person. It's not going to be a homely girl. It's not going to be a homely person who's like, I love family. Like, they might like enjoy their family, but this is a very fiercely independent soul. It's a very, very spontaneous, fiery, feisty individual. The Queen of Wands is a very beautiful, bold, kind of high maintenance and bitchy. I show up as a Queen of Wands. That's my significator. So when I see a Queen of Wands, she's a queen and she knows she's a queen. She's sassy. She doesn't give a crap. Like, she's like, I'm the shit. I know I'm the best. Like, she's like totally like a 100% like super confident and doesn't give a crap and doesn't need a man. She wants a man, doesn't need one. And so I think he needs to understand that he is attracted to bold figures, but he's getting attracted to drama figures instead of getting attracted to bold figures. He's getting the two confused, because sometimes we go towards dramatic people because they're fun and they're entertaining and whatever, and we go to beautiful people because they're fun, whatever. But he's not getting the fact that you need someone who is very confident and secure in who they are. But he's going to have to let go of that like homely, like take home, like sure, you can take them home to mom, right? I get that, but you're not looking for someone who's like safe. He's not going to be looking for the safe choice. He needs a bold risk taker just like him. Like, this would be like, because he's an Aries, he needs like fiery energy, feisty energy. He's not going to be going for it, because it seems like he's trying to go for an earth or an air or a water sign. You know, where it's like, you know, like I ground, you know, I pull down. That's not going to work for him. He needs competitiveness. He needs someone who he can be competitive with, someone who can do things with, someone that like sparks that fire in him. He needs someone who's like going to kind of be a bit like pushy to him. Like, he needs that like pace, you know, it's like a chase. Like, he needs that. And the Six of Wands upright, the Nine of Swords reverse, and the Four of Cups reverse. So the Six of Wands is ego and pride. If I'm being honest, the Nine of Swords is reversed and the Four of Cups reversed. He's overthinking and overanalyzing everything he does on the internet right now, clearly. But the Six of Wands is upright. That's usually a healthy amount of ego. Kind of shocked to see that for him. The Four of Cups is reversed, which means he doesn't believe half the crap he says. Sorry. I don't see him believing half the crap he says. And half the stuff that he does, I don't see him believing it. Like, I'm sure... Excuse me, it's the truth. I'm sure there's a part of it that he believes, but it's not as big as you would think. It's definitely fluffed up. I want to know, like, I'm going to have to re-poll for his specific emotional intentions. So the Hierophant is like commitment to marriage. The Page of Wands, that's a proposal. Although I don't know if that's exactly what this means, but like that's like speaking your truth, expression. The World is upright on, it's like, you know, starting a new cycle. This is about committing to something new. I don't think that's specifically relationship. I think that's like a new project. It's like starting a new project or putting more effort into a project that remains consistent and that we commit to fully and becomes like a part of who we are. And the Eight of Wands is reversed, the Queen of Cups is upright, and the Star is upright. These are two separate things. This would be him putting more effort into a project that's going to end up being a part of who he is. And then this is literally him spotlighting and highlighting new talent. I see him spotlighting new talent. Eight of Wands, slow process, slow change. Queen of Cups, emotions. And the Star, spotlighting. The Knight of Swords is reversed. Death card, changing his image. There it is, the Empress, the nurturer. I see him nurturing talent. I see him wanting to specifically spotlight new talent. Talent that nobody else would take a chance on. The Knight of Swords, like nobody else would help them, I want to help them. He wants to help new talent. He needs to make a production company or a management company if he hasn't. Team 10 is shaking. But it's in a different way. The Queen of Cups is upright, which means there has to be an emotional person that he's working with that's behind most of this. Okay. Oh my god. His relationship history is a mess. Dude, he's going to be in a really dramatic relationship if he hasn't already. Because this is relationship, the Ace of Cups is a verse, and the Magician's a verse, which is like misdirection and miscommunication in relationships. So it's like he says one thing, does another, feels one way, feels another, hot and cold energy, really unsure about relationships. That's not the best thing. The Chariot's reversed, which means he's not making enough progress in terms of understanding himself in relationships. The Two of Cups is upright, which means he gets feelings too intensely, which is why he puts up walls. And the Ten of Cups is reversed as well, which means like if my friends don't like you, you're out. My friend's opinion of you is really important to me. But I also don't like that card because that means that his friends have too much of an impact on who he dates. Even if he decides at the end of the day, he's like, oh, I don't care, I still want to be with them. It doesn't matter. Their influence is too strong. Mind your business. Okay, the Fool's upright, the Justice card's reversed, and the Tower's upright. Uh-oh. This is a lawsuit. Allegedly, for entertainment purposes. I see a potential lawsuit coming for him. So this is drama, right? The Justice card's upright, which means it won't rule his favor. That's the legal system. The Fool's being naive and saying something stupid or doing something stupid. The Hermit's upright, which means it isolates him. The Eight of Cups says it's something he thought he walked away from, so it's something potentially old or has connections to the past. And the Lover's card's reversed here, which means that he was under the influence of someone else, persuaded by someone else, and got screwed over. Abuse of power, which means he was ill-advised. See, I knew it's like I'm psychic or something. It's from the past, and the High Priestess is upright, which means he trusted the wrong people. Yeah. Unfortunately, he's going to want to fight it because technically he's like quote unquote the underdog, but he should not fight it because he would lose. The Devil card's upright and the Nine of Wands. I don't know if he would necessarily lose the legal battle, but he would lose the image battle, which is not worth it because this is like a really poor image and like drama. Yeah, King of Swords. It's something that he said or did. I think it's saying. Usually King of Swords is like something I said though. Self-sabotage, which means that there's some sort of proof, and the Three of Wands is upright again, which means like it was under the influence of other people, but he's the only person that's going to get pinned for this, even though other people should be pinned for it. That's Jake. Logan, Jake. Because Jake's a Capricorn, Logan's an Aries. King of Wands, King of Pentacles. Oh no. Okay, they need to be careful because I actually think that they have the potential. I actually think that these two have the potential to have a very big fight again. The Moon is reversed, which is like exposing secrets. The Sun is unhappiness and the severing of a bond with the Two of Swords. They need to be very careful because I actually think that they could have a huge fight. I actually see a huge fight brewing between the two of them. They need to be very careful because this one will last a very long time if they're not careful. The Seven of Cups is reversed, the Eight of Pentacles. It could be over business if they're not careful. It could get to business if they're not careful. They need to be very careful. Okay, so I'm going to try and re-pull for a few things. But first and foremost, I want to dive into the oracles because maybe I'll get an answer with some of the oracle cards. Because I want to see like if he's actually changing. I'm not like I got some information, but not enough to where I'm pleased with the result. Also, I'm not really sure if the boxing match itself showed up in that spread. But hold on, let me just put this away and go into the oracle decks. Okay, so the first oracle deck that I'm going to pull from is going to be the astrology deck. So let's go ahead and see. Well, I did pull the Leo card. That looks like victory to me. There's daddy issues. Okay, so Leo is pride and like being like boasting. This is pride and boasting. Jupiter is good luck and opportunity, and the water card is investment. So this is like him boasting about something. This is like a win or him boasting about something. And then we see the Taurus card here is money, status, Leo and Taurus status. And then we see Saturn and Scorpio. So the interesting thing about this, so this is consistency as well. This is like a life lesson, but this is also dad, and this is Scorpio. It's just like negativity in this particular deck, in this spread. So like, I definitely see daddy issues for sure. I think we all know that they have daddy issues. Oh my God. Huh. I can't believe I'm saying this. It is. It's the sun. I see a relationship, a significant relationship that will change his life. The Libra card would be the balance that is restored and also the relationship. The Pluto card is a complete transformation of who he is. Okay, the Pisces card is like a bunch of, like a dreamer, like it's like a hopeless romantic or hopeless dreamer. But this also is like someone who shows me opportunities, because Pisces is like, there are many opportunities. They're very creative, you know. Think of it like a melodic like song. Like Pisces is like, there are so many opportunities, so many things. And the sun is a relationship. It's like happiness. Yeah, there's Uranus, curveball, someone you least expect very quickly. They might be older than him. And the moon's upright, which means it'll be kept secret for a while. There's Aries, that's who he is. Cancer. You better be careful. This might be an empath. I'm a little bit worried about that, especially I haven't gotten exact information about his the allegations of him being a sociopath, but this looks like a very empathetic individual. Wait a minute, is this a Shane Dawson documentary? Here I am thinking it's a relationship, and it's literally Shane coming in to give him a documentary. Wouldn't that be funny? I don't know, man. This is a significant person, though. This is a redemption arc. This is definitely a sympathy redemption arc. This is totally totally a sympathy redemption arc. Okay, let me pull from the other decks. Is the Logan Paul redemption arc coming? This will be able, so this specific deck, this is the Dark Mirror Oracle deck. This will be able to pinpoint his specific issues. He's addicted to fame. I knew it. Okay. So is this me? Is like he's kind of lost. He lost sight of who he was, and sometimes he kind of loses himself and everything. The Parasite card is like all the negative around him and the negative people around him. I wonder if he has like a Pisces moon or something. And the Parasite card, again, also means like the influence of people around him is too strong. He's very easily influenced. The Addicted card, he got addicted to fame. And the Blinded to Pain means like he thinks he deserves this. It kind of makes me sad, because it's like, you know, people think the worst of me, so whatever, I'll just accept it. Like that's kind of like he's numb to it. He kind of has like, he's like fulfilling his role. Like it's like, this is my character, I play it. Per Chance to Dream, he doesn't think that he'll ever be able to reach the heights that he wants to reach, because no one will believe in him or take him serious. So he's like kind of like half-assing certain energies. It's like, yeah, I mean, I could do this, but no one will believe it or no one will like it. So I guess I'll just do the second best. And the Sacrifice card tells me that he's definitely lost a lot, and he's going to continue to lose if he doesn't change this. In order to protect himself, he built up an army of people around him and a wall around him of like individuals that aren't that great for him. The Queen of My Own World. It's like, I created my own world and I'm protected, but am I happy? No, I'm isolated. I see a lot of anger and frustration built up in him, and I think that he needs to really release this. And I think a relationship is going to help him release this, because I see a lot of regret and a lot of self-reflection, but it's not going to happen until someone releases it for him. He needs someone to hit the button and release. He basically needs someone to pull his lever. That's what she said. Yeah, I told you, Bride in a Cage and Obsession. He will never allow himself to be vulnerable unless he loves someone. Hiding your true self. It's like I'm freaking psychic or something. He will hide behind this today for tomorrow. Like he doesn't realize that he'll take a short-term loss for a long-term benefit. He's not getting that. Okay. Let me go ahead and pull again. So I'm going to use the Gods and Titans deck. I think it's very fitting for Logan. Raw, power, shocker, organization, altruism. That is a funny card. Ironic, perfection, destroyer. Oh my god. If those freaking cards do not literally, almost verbatim, describe Logan Paul, quite ironic. Oh my god. But why is he so... I know he gets tunnel vision. It's basically describing who he is. He needs to change, but is it actually coming? Death and war. Aries is literally what his sign is. And Apollo. Inquiry. He's not going to listen, though. Communication. Oh, I love this card. This looks like Buff Zane. This guy's so hot. I literally can't. He's just so attractive. Ugh. Hermes, communication. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I don't know how else to put this, but, like, I see him as someone who is a bit of a perfectionist in terms of the way he projects himself and, like, artistically. He definitely likes the power and influence he has. He's definitely the organization card is like the walls and the structure and everyone around him that he's built for sure. The interesting thing about the altruism card is that it's it's not right next to, but you know, for space's sake, it's next to the perfectionism and it's next to the destroyer, which means the reason why he doesn't do nice things is because he feels like he's going to ruin them. And that really, really hurts my heart. Like, the reason why he's not doing this is because he doesn't think people believe him, but he also thinks that he'll break them. This is like, you know, like in that like movies where the giant is like wants to take care of the little fluffy bunny, but if they picked up the bunny, they would crush it, basically like hugging things to death. That's how he feels. Like, I would probably ruin that. I would taint that. I would ruin that. I would destroy that. That really makes me sad. Like, why am I freaking sad in a Logan Paul reading? Like, he is basically just accepted his fate as, like, ruining everything around him. Like, what the hell? Okay, I'm going to try and pull again. Specifically for positive things in his future. So I'm going to pull from the Fairy Oracle deck. Oh my god! I literally pulled Solace, Return to Nature. That's like being on your own. Her special place. This card is really funny. Find your own safe space. Again, this is like isolating himself. Stolen or sleep, unaware, unconscious, unawakened. Well, that is a very, very, very weird card to pull considering the legal stuff that I pulled earlier. Story keeper, tell your story, write your wisdom. I told you! Dolores Fairy, appreciate the beauty and value of the exquisite and small. He doesn't think that people would care about the little things that built up to him getting where he is, but they would. Storykeeper, I'm telling you, he needs an outlet, and there's a story to be told and a story to understand. He needs someone to be able to express this and put this out into the universe, like a docuseries. I'm legitimately serious about that. Like, he needs his voice to be heard, because I don't think people actually hear him. I think that it's like whatever. Okay, one more Oracle deck. I do want to try to pull from the Unicorn deck, just for funsies. You know, I don't know if anyone's ever asked. You know, it makes me think, like, you know how, like, some people are like, oh, how do they change? How do they change? And he just needs someone to listen to him. This is past lives. It's like past life karma. This is receiving guidance. I'm telling you, rebirth, reinvent yourself. I told you, like, he needs someone to kind of give him the okay. Sanctuary, meditate. Like, he needs to kind of learn to isolate himself in a good way. What I mean by that is get rid of the bad people around him. I see bad people around him. I told you, this is the same story. I've pulled like the same story over and over again. This is his past, right? Past lives. So it's like his past. Okay, receive. This is about receiving guidance from someone who can kind of open the door for him and teach him. That would be like a docuseries or somebody that can kind of interview him or something. Rebirth would be changing his direction, changing his image. Sanctuary, again, that's like getting rid of all the crap around him. And then beloved, it's when his soulmate comes in. It might even be a soulmate that does it for him. This is romance. It's literally balancing his life better. Oh, but it's not going to be the type of person he thinks it'll be. I'm telling you, though, by the way, this person that he's going to end up with in terms of relationship, for sure, they're going to be feisty, but they are not going to have as bad of an image as he does. It's going to be, you're going to look at it and you're going to be like, are they a mismatch? Are they opposites? Okay, one last re-pull. I'm looking to see if he's actually changing. Oh my god, it's the soulmate. What is this crap? In order for him to be with his soulmate, he's going to have to sacrifice a lot of what he does. And he's going to have to get more emotional. It's this person. There's a significant person that has an influence on him. Now, soulmate's not always romantic, although it might be. But it's a mismatch, quote unquote, something that he's going to have to fight for, and something that he's going to have to change his image for. I'm telling you, it's the carrot on the stick. He needs a carrot on the stick. Shocker, and Aries needs a carrot on the stick, but he needs a carrot on the stick. And this person is the carrot. Until he finds this carrot, it's not going to happen. He is slowly changing, but he's not going to make the leap that he needs to make until he finds this carrot. Yep. Oh my god, though. When he finds this person, oh my god, it's going to change his life. This reminds me of like when Snooki got pregnant and then her whole image changed. It's like that. I don't know, that's what I see for Logan Paul. I thought I would maybe get a little bit of difference. I don't know, I kept getting the same stuff. I mean, I don't know how in-depth this particular reading was. I'm not sure how much information I got. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. You know what we should do? One second. Okay. I think I'm going to keep that one to myself. I'll just say that this Nine of Swords is a very significant card for the reading that I just pulled. And I think I'm going to keep that one for myself. Basically, I'm just kidding. I'll tell you guys. I don't care. So basically, I was looking to see, because the last reading, he was like, remember I said it was like, oh, he was going to pretend to be gay for a day, or for a month or something. And I was like, girl, you got some gay tendencies. So I wanted to pull if those tendencies are still there. And this Nine of Swords is my closet card. Now, it doesn't always mean that he's in the closet, but what it does mean is that I still see some sort of curiosity. It's still there. Do I see significant relationship with like a guy? No. Do I see like a tons of experimentation? Not really. But I do see a curiosity. So yeah, not to be a tease to you guys, but yeah, that's what I see. I just wanted to see if it was still there. It's still there, the Nine of Swords. The rest of the cards are basically like he thinks he knows what he wants in a relationship. He's going to fight for it. It's all the stuff I saw already. Like he doesn't actually know what he wants, all that stuff. It's all the other relationship stuff that I saw. But I definitely see a curiosity towards like it's just an interest. It's like a peak of interest. But yeah, he's probably going to end up with a woman. So sorry to all the LGBT out there that wanted him. Unless you're a Queen of Wands, good luck. But it's probably going to be someone who looks like a model. It's probably going to be a very beautiful woman who's like voluptuous and gorgeous. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, make sure you subscribe. Follow me on Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter, Antphrodite. And see you next time.